Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Jane Kenny's channel, where we talk about everything migration to Australia and other first world countries, but specifically Australia. Living in Australia, living the Australian dream is all about this channel. Okay, so in today's video we're going to focus on numerous questions that people have asked me in my previous videos on this channel. The questions, they come in patterns. It's like a trend. There are this set of questions that people keep asking. So some of them I've given my email for them to ask me the question in my business email, and some of them I've answered, and we had trends like question, answer, reply and response, and so on going on. But on a second thought, I said, because there is a pattern to these questions, I think many people out there will also want to get this information. Okay, so that's why I am doing this video, just to bridge a gap, because I found there is a gap. Okay, so the first content we're going to dive into is about you transferring your study to Australian university. Just like you are studying in another country in the university, and now you want to move your study to Australian university. Is it doable? Is it achievable? I will tell you that it comes in two ways. Okay, it's not a straightforward answer, but I will tell you all it entails. First of all, most time it's very hard, because if you are studying in a country which Australia deem as below standard, you know, that kind of a thing, it is below their standard. For example, some countries in Africa below their standard, or some countries in Asia, Africa, and so on. Some African countries they do consider it like, you know, that Australia also considers something like South Africa and so on, which also I benefited from. But some countries, they deem them not up to their own standard. So it is hard, you know, when you say something is not up to your standard, you cannot just take that thing and move it over to, it's not the same thing. So for example, if you're studying mechanical engineering, let's use electrical engineering, for example, you know, in a university in Nigeria, and you want to move over, for example, you're in second year and you want to move over you want to look for admission to study second year electrical engineering, the same course, the same year in Australian university, it will be hard. Okay, so my advice would be, use that your credential, show them that you're already studying and you are in year 2, year 3. Use it to look for a fresh admission to do your electrical engineering, the same course from year 1. But all the years you have studied in Nigeria is not going to be a waste. Why? There is something in Australia we call recognition of prior learning. Prior learning. It means that something you have learned in the past can count for you now. So it's kind of a credit. You've already gained that credit. So what you do is that if there is any of your units in your previous studies that matches the one you are going to be doing currently. Okay, for example, we have engineering 101, 102. You know the content of that unit. So in Australia, it's open, it's black and white. So everything, if you go to the website of the school and the department and the course, each course you will see their units plan, their course plan from year 1 to year 3, or year 1 to year 4, depending on how many years course. All the modules, all the units will be listed, and the content of the modules. So this will be easy for you to match your previous studies unit to any similar one in your current Australian unit. So tick them off. It means that you are going to apply for recognition of prior learning. So you're going to get a credit for them. They will ask you for transcript when you're applying for that. The particular transcript, they will ask you for content of the study from your previous university. So like what it entails. So that one you can easily get it from your school. So because they will use it to match the current one. Once it meets that, so this one is not whether the school is up to standard or not. Once the content meets that, they will give you credit. It means that you are not going to study that unit again. And remember, in Australia, school fees is paid according to how many units you are doing. Okay, so let's assume that one unit is about 5,000. Then it means that you've gained yourself a free 1,000, and time also that is involved in studying that unit. So some schools will tell you that you can only get maximum of 5 units for your prior recognition of prior learning. Some will do 7, depending on how many. Do you understand? I myself has as well benefited from that recognition of prior learning. So it is happening, it is doable, and people are still doing it currently. So it means that just sit down, cross-check, check and balances, tick off and apply, and then get your unit. You might be lucky to get up to 4 to 5 credit unit. So tick off, so you know how much you are saving, you know how much time you are saving as well. So it means that even in year 1, you might, if you are going to do like 8 units in your year 1, you might end up doing like 7 if you have 2, and you are year 2. So you can do for year 1, year 2, year 3, depending how your current level. Do you understand? So it's not a waste, it's not anything, but the easier method is for you to get admission from year 1. Then if you are studying in a country they deemed up to their standard, like other of their similar first world country or developing country, and you are able to transfer your studies, perfect. But if you are from the country that they deemed below their standard, so the best option is to get a fresh admission, apply for recognition of prior learning, and you will get it and it will be ticked off for you. No school fees for those units, no lectures for those units, no exam for those units. And it doesn't take anything from your graduation. So in your transcript, they will write it there that you got a unit for this. So it won't affect you in any ways, okay? So that's one option. I hope I've answered that question. And if you still have questions to ask me on that, please ask me on comment question. And if you want me to give you my email so we can chat more, I am happy to do that. Yeah. And another one is for people that are doing medicine and nursing and so on. You might go through the same method, okay? Because it's the thing, you will get recognition of prior learning, you will get your free credit, but transferring your studies might be hard, okay? Depending on the country you are transferring from, whether it is below, Australia deemed it below their standard or within their standard, okay? So there is no straightforward answer to that, but I'm happy you know what it entails. So moving over, we are going to talk about people that said, someone asked me a question and said, if I am able to pay the first part of my school fees in offshore before I come over to Australia, will I be able to make the subsequent school fees? I say, voila, bring it on, you can. As long as you are healthy and you are hardworking and you know your target. So here, school is not like you must be in class at this time or something. Schools, even though you are over here studying, there are also some lectures that run online and they are recorded. But there are some lectures that attendance is mandatory. Sometimes it can even run online, but through VC, a video conference, and you have to appear and be present. But people work full time and study as well. Since COVID, before, international students, they used to have a cap on how many hours they can work, like 20 hours before now and so on. But people don't keep to that. People don't keep to that. Most international students have 2-3 jobs. They work with agencies and so on. Easy job you can do if you come over here as an international student is this: go and look for support work. Go and look for aged care work. Don't go and do something like working in a McDonald's and so on. That will not give you money, okay? So what you do is that go do support work, aged care, abroad. You make your school fees like this, okay? There's so many agencies that are ready to take you today. So what you will do is that, what is it entails for me to work as a support worker or as an aged care worker and so on? I will make a video about that too, so that you get prepared when you are coming over. So I say to you, yes, people have been doing it and people are currently doing it. You can make your school fees, okay? Sometimes the money you even earn as an international student, when you finally qualify and go over to that you'll find out that as a junior colleague, you'll be earning even less than what you are doing when you were hustling as a student. But that's a secret no one is ready to share with you. But keep it and say that I said it. Yes, you can make it. So I am also advising you. I've advised it in my previous video. I said your first target will be to pay your part payment of school fees. So when they offer you school admission, the school will tell you how many percentage of that admission you're supposed to pay for your acceptance before they will give you the document you will use to apply for visa. Okay, concentrate on paying that bit. Don't stretch yourself much. But if your family is very wealthy and they can cover it, then why not pay for it? But if you're struggling, just hustle for that part payment and come over and work and sort yourself out. Okay, so I hope I've answered that question. Yeah, so another question I want to dive into is people that are confused between TEF and the universities. I made a video where I explained a different level of education and visa, student visa you can get in Australia, and I mentioned TEF. Okay, vocational education, we call it college, is above high school but below university. Someone said to me, I am 40 years and can I be, I have WAEC, West African Examination Council certificate. Will I be able to get TEF? I say yes. Okay. So TEF is a college. So with your WAEC, your secondary school certificate, you can get that admission because it's directly above secondary school. Okay. So you can, and people as well that have done university courses as well, come over here and they can start with TEF, depending on which easy way to come in. So when they start with TEF, they will later move on to universities. Okay, so the target is to come over. All right. So I've also people ask me, I am 35 years, I'm 40 years, will I be able to get admission or something? And then I ask the person, have you studied in the past? Yes, I've done business BSc management in Nigeria and so on. And yeah, someone said it is done accounting and so on. I said, and he wants to come over and do nursing. I smiled. I said, but I don't blame this person because everybody now is talking about nursing, but you don't know what it entails to get admission. Now, go to my previous video. I can't be specific. I said that it's the tricks on getting visa, student visas and so on. There is something is called genuine temporary entry when you are applying for admission and visa. So two things are involved. You coming over as a student, you will get admission first. School has to give you admission now. Okay, so without admission, you cannot go for visa, and you can get admission and be denied visa. But these days they work hand in hand. Okay. In the sense that schools also screens you now for genuine temporary entry. Before, school doesn't really care whether you are coming to stay or not. They just give you admission. But now, schools in Australia are working with the immigration as well, so that they screen you before they give you admission. They will screen you. Are you actually coming to study and go home? Don't tell them that you're not going home. No one wants to know that, okay? You need to show them that you are coming to study and go home. Whatever happens is no one's business after that, okay? So when you have done accounting, BSc accounting in Nigeria, for example, or in Zimbabwe, in Kenya, or somewhere in Canada, even in Ireland or something, and all of a sudden you want to come and do nursing, you won't get that admission immediately, okay? My advice would be this. Come over to do your master's in accounting. Get your foot in. Then you find a way to go and do your nursing. No one will give you that admission offshore because it doesn't meet the requirements of genuine temporary entry. It is obvious that what you are currently doing is not connected to what you are planning for your future, which means they will say you have ulterior motive. There are other plans you have other agendas. So most people, what they do is this. They look. Postgraduate admission is easy to get than undergraduate admission, okay? People come for masters. They come in, they survey the ground, they move over to the undergraduate program they want to do. Sometimes, let me use social worker for example. Some people will come here, for example, someone studied accounting, you can come here and do your MBA or you do your master's on international business or something, or part of accounting, you know that area. You come over here now, you find out that you can do masters in nursing, which will maybe 2 years and qualify you for registration. Or you do something like masters in social work, which will run for 2 years and qualify you to register as a social worker because you have had a graduate degree. So you have an advantage. But the first target is look for a course, a program that would make you look like you are coming genuinely, okay? So you have done accounting, you are coming to do masters in international accounting or business accounting, or I don't know, or auditing or something. So it's genuine temporary entry. You're going to tell them the reason why you are coming to study this. You know the standard of education in Nigeria, and you already have a job you are doing, and this company is sending, you know, that kind of a thing, why you want to come and go back and do this thing. Voila, you get admission. But telling them you're doing accounting and working as an accountant in the bank, and now you want to come and do nursing or social worker, they are not connected. So you're shooting yourself. Okay? So be smart when you are taking this decision. Sometimes migration is not that straightforward. It's a stage. You come in, you navigate, you strategize, you move again. Okay? So the target first is to have a plan, come in and follow your plan. So that's why I'm giving you all these traits. You find that sometimes people come in, not the course they come in, they ended up doing. They just want to come in as with genuine temporary interest to prove it. Then they come in, they change over. I hope that I have answered your question there. So I would say, please stop saying, I want to come and do nursing when you don't have any connecting thing. That time has passed in Australia where you are doing something else. You just come over and do nursing or do social. No, you need to come in as with genuine temporary entry. Some people as well can prove it in the sense that there are people, when they want to do their nursing, they can do some program in their home country, on their country of residence, that is connected to nursing. Maybe they'll be volunteering. This is the things they will write. They have done this certificate because of the love they have for nursing. They volunteer in this hospital and they will get a proof. They're working part-time in this hospital where they do their major job as an accountant. Weekends, they do this job. They do volunteer in the hospital. They do charity and do this. And they will put it as an evidence for genuine temporary entry. Or they will, there are so many private hospitals in Nigeria. So you can, how this thing goes. So you can sort yourself out today. Then you have a proof. But you must prove genuine temporary entry. You must have an evidence. I will make a video on its own on proving what is involved in proving a genuine temporary entry. That is, you are coming to Australia to study and go home. Whatever happened, just like I said, after that, no one wants to know. Okay? All right. There are still other questions, but now when we talk about age, I remember someone asked me about that question. I am 40 years and if you're coming to do your master's, it doesn't matter how old you are. It's a postgraduate. That's why I said, then when you come as a postgraduate, then you can go back and do that your undergraduate you want to do. No one cares again because now you are in the country. You are not applying offshore. You're already inside. So you can even be 50 years and go and do your first year and get your undergraduate. But coming over, you should look for a course that is equivalent to your age. Like, it doesn't look like you're not coming with genuine temporary entrance intention, that kind of entry intention. So 40 years going for masters, voila, yeah, that's fine, that kind of a thing. So don't actually push masters away and say, I'm not qualified. Here, there's what we call postgraduate certificate, diploma, and master. So if they give you the masters, if you're not really qualified, when they give you that admission, they will nurture you from postgraduate certificate, postgraduate diploma, then the master. So it's a stage. So the first thing is ask a question. Everything you need about Australian universities, admission and TAFE is online. My first video, either my first or second video, has given you a link of all the universities in Australia and the TAFEs as well. So look for emails in those sites and ask them direct questions. They will answer you, or they will direct you to the right person to answer you. Ask your question. Do not sit down and imagine. If someone gives a contact online, if a school or department in Australian school or university gives a link for international students or gives a contact, email, phone number, they want you to ask. They want you. That's why they're giving it out. Why not ask? Simple English. No one is judging you. Don't make it complicated. You are asking for direction on how to do this, that. They will direct you rightly, okay? And I'm happy to see you again. And I think I'll be stopping this video here today. There's so many things to talk about, but in my next video, I will address another topic, okay? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I will say tune in for your own good, for your own sake, okay? For your own advantage, I will say hit that button, subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and we'll still keep on pushing, okay? Bringing you all the information that you need to make an informed decision. My target is to give people out information there, because I see people in social media asking some question and give you as much as information as you need in order for you to make an informed decision. There is nothing like migrating without like having no plan. You might get frustrated and go back, okay? So to give you an insight, okay, of how things runs here, okay? So it's all about Australia. Our Australia is blessed. Australia is a very beautiful country. I am happy to be an Australian. It's a very loving country, okay? I will tell you that. And there are many jobs, okay? You will work and make your money, but it's your time. Don't work too much, okay? No work too much. Your life is very important to us, okay? You need to live to enjoy your money, all right? See you in next video.